No, just change in tense. So either one is correct. It was not an error if they had.
The bus had it.
Yes.
The
bus had not left.
Has not left.
But the had is different.
So I have to change it to ready.
Hadn't is fine. That's not an error. Yeah. The errors and the hints are mainly in punctuation. Okay, since we've been talking a lot about punctuation. What do you got that second sentence? Is it a colon or semicolon? Wait, is it in colon? What do you think about the second sentence? There's a couple of different things we're thinking about here. We're thinking about where there needs to be punctuation, where is there a break? And also, what is the appropriate punctuation to place there? So we have been using periods and commas in our writing. We've also been talking about, well, where could we put a semicolon? Where could we put a colon? Okay, so in these sentences, I gave you some opportunities to use those. So I'm going to let you know you should have semicolon somewhere on your page and a colon somewhere on your page. Where would that be fitting? Where would that be fitting? You're right, that's where you need it, and now the next question is, what do you need there? I'm going to give you some choices. Either colon or semicolon would work well there. Okay, so let's look at these together. Lucia, would you read this first one out loud? Blue bear, okay. Good, yeah, the bus hasn't left yet, therefore he must still be somewhere in the building. So where, do you hear those natural places where we would need to put something?
Both callers is the bus has left.
What was that again?
This where the bus has left. Yeah, I think yeah.
Okay, so you put a semicolon right here. Anyone else? Semicolon there? Okay. Why semicolon there? Yeah, this is a complete sentence. The bus hasn't left yet. And this is as well. Therefore, he must still be somewhere in the building. So we could put a period there, but a semicolon also works. And it makes sense to use it. Why does it make sense to use a semicolon instead of a period? Right, but you could use a period for two different sentences too. Why is a semicolon a little bit better here? Yeah?
Because you need more like the comma this is more.
Okay, so the second sentence is a comment on the first. Gives more information on the first. Yeah, there's a close relationship between the first and second sentence that we want to show. Okay, they do sound like they go together. We do need more punctuation though to make this sentence completely correct. Anyone add anything else? Definitely, yep. You can just do a simple period there, and we do need one more thing.
Is this therefore sentence?
Oh, with the semicolon, you don't have to capitalize. If it's like an end mark, like a period or exclamation mark, question mark. That's perfect. Okay, so in our packet, they talked about introductory clauses, introductory words. Therefore is one of those. And you may have noticed as we did transitions that many times there were commas after the transitions that we used. The bus hasn't left yet, therefore you must still be somewhere in the building. Did you hear that pause that I made here? Okay, we read it with a pause. And if I took this away, would it still be a sentence? You must still be somewhere in the building? Yeah, it can function fine on its own. And usually pause here when we speak, or we put a comma to show a small separation. What about the second sentence? Veronica, will you read it?
First part of the is along with
I heard you pause. Where did you pause? This, yeah, the worst part was this. No one would come looking for her until morning. Okay. What did you put there? The colon. Anyone else put a colon?
I put a semicolon.
Use semicolon. All right. So, how do I decide whether to use a semicolon or a colon?
You read the sentence.
Okay. What am I looking for?
whole sentence
Specific
and we need a comma.
Okay. So semicolon, it does have to be complete sentences on both sides. Colon could be, doesn't have to be. Here it is. It says no one would come looking for her until morning. However, it would not be appropriate to do a semicolon here. It would have to be a full colon. Does anyone know why? Brian? An example, yes. You can use it with the series. This one isn't a series, but yes, we do use them with series. And this one is giving an example or it's stating what this word means here. And then of course, if we need at the end, there it is. Of course, we need a period. Okay, all right. Great. So looking at today, some of you still have not turned in your paragraphs, so you need to do that if you have not. I'm going to stop reminding you, and it'll just show up as an F, and it's a good number of points, so it will bring down your grade. I really look forward to reading these paragraphs, so I'd love to hear what you have to say. Please turn those in. I want to know what was most meaningful to you. For some of you who did turn them in, I have a little bit of feedback to you to make sure you add a little more so you're answering every part of the prompt. So today we're going to review colons, semicolons a little more in our packet, and we're going to look at the properties of quotation marks. And finally, there's an activity for homework for you that uses everything that we've been learning. Colons, colons, semicolons, quotation marks, everything. That will be homework for you. And the rest of the time will be research time. I want to make sure you take a look over here at these due dates. So your completed punctuation packet is due tomorrow. Okay, we're going to do last activities in it. And on Friday, I want to see your graphic organizers, that you're covering at least 2 different articles in them, and that you have at least 6 items each in the pro-con, the pro column, and the con column. Okay? So 6 arguments in favor of the issue, 6 arguments against. Okay, so we'll have the rest of the class period to work on this, and you had yesterday to work on it as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing your progress when we go around for that. Do you have any questions about the assignments due? Yeah.
Is this gonna take us like until the end of the year?
This is the last major writing assignment that we have.
I was like kind of thinking, can we like make a biography of the famous person?
You wanted to write biographies?
Yeah, I wanted to write a biography.
Or do you have someone in
It's
particular you wanted to write a biography?
Yes,
I don't know. I'm supposed to
Never learned how to write a poetry.
ahorita y ponerme
Okay, so we're gonna take out these packets.
Entonces, me digo que te lo enseñan.
Oye, esto da
Oh, did you turn it in just now?
Yeah, I think.
Yo buscándolo, cántalo.
I don't have it, it's not turned in.
Cuando tenga que ver cuál fue la última, la próxima. ¿Qué hacemos? Ay.
Miss, I turned my essay in, my paragraph.
Good.
I don't have it.
Okay,
I turned it in.
okay.
Okay, I'm at.
If you need it,
It's okay. So you said, you know how like, we pray things. I did the same with her. And mine's been. Yeah.
¿cómo?
Yeah, I just,
El Igar es el Bible teacher.
y le dije que la borrara todo.
Alright, let's take a look at this.
Y lo hice, pero no.
Okay, so there were two parts. The top part, we were just editing, with adding in some punctuation like we did just now with the warm-up. And the next part, we're actually rewriting the sentences. Sometimes we take words out of the sentences that we don't need anymore because the punctuation takes the place of them. Okay, so let's go through and check these. I'm going to kind of go around the room and everyone will get a chance to read a little bit. We did number 1 already. Number 2, Emily, will you read that out loud? Tell me what you did. Okay. Would you add? Where? Okay. I agree it belongs here, but what I want to see is actually a colon. Okay, so I'll say what deserves. Okay, so I want to see a colon right there. On that number 3.
I have to meet 3 teachers. This is dean of the math department. This is student of the history department. A book. Then Mr. Trent of the science department.
Okay. And what punctuation did you use?
Let me call it right here. Where it says Mr. Green of the math department.
Before that,
After that, that's what I put.
you put a semicolon here.
Yeah.
No, I would do that.
I know.
Now,
In teachers and Mr.
yeah. So I would put a semicolon. This is where my list starts. Okay, this is where my list starts. So I have to meet 3 teachers, and then we list the teachers after that. Okay. Anything else we need to see it? Yeah, there's 2 different ways you can do this. Because this is a list, you definitely need something here and optional here. And some people would even do a comma around the of the and then a semicolon. I think that's a little much, but I definitely would at least put a comma here. Teacher in the math department, comma, Ms. Holden of the history department. Optional one here, since each item is so long, and Mr. Trent of the science department. You'll notice when we're making decisions about punctuation, some things are a must, some things you have to have. Other things you could do a couple different ways, as long as it makes sense. You have some choices. Where are we now? I think we're at Catherine for number 4. Mhm. It's gonna be a lot like number 2, where we put dessert, colon, ice cream. Or on our there's one word that's there, and then all the other words explain what that word means. Biology, yeah. So the word biology, and then everything after it explains what biology is. The study of living things. So we'll just put biology colon, study of living things. Natalie, number 5.
Also, you can call it more than
Definitely. And we already had our comma after however. Was this a lot like the first or the second sentence in our spell reader? All right, number 6, Monica.
A semicolon,
Yep, definitely. She wants to go to the museum. She has a great interest in painting. So these two different sentences, they're very connected. One says why for the other, so there's two semicolons. All right, so we already did number 7 together. And remember, you can take words out for these. Bella, number 8.
I don't watch French movies.
What would you do? When you start writing it, you tell me. Can you speak a little louder?
Take out this.
Yeah, I can take out this. What else?
And this. Semicolon.
Yeah, put a semicolon here. They're after subtitles. Yeah. If I do a semicolon, though, I also do not need the because. All right. So I could just say I don't watch French movies without subtitles because I don't know enough French yet to understand. But if we want to use a semicolon, we can actually take out all those words. We can just say, I don't watch French movies without subtitles, semicolon. I don't know enough French yet to understand. Okay, number 9. Who's that? All right. Brother's favorite sport is basketball. Baseball team I love. What would you do? Yeah, where would you put it? Yeah, you can replace this period with. Okay, I'm not going to rewrite it just for time's sake. But just like that, and then now we're with Brian. A comma. Colon. So when we deal with this problem, you're restating it, be honest. And we use a colon. Okay. There's specific questions about any of these. If you didn't have them, I hope that you wrote them back down. Okay. So we're going to move on and look at quotation marks. I think this will be pretty fast. Okay, we'll talk about this a little bit. There are some areas for you to add quotation marks where they belong. And then the rest of the homework is just this one on the back that uses all kinds of things from the packet. Okay? Let's just talk about quotation marks. We saw these a lot in our novel that we read. We read it with the hidden. Alexandra, what do quotation marks mean? Usually in a novel when you have characters. Yeah, when the characters are talking. Okay. So I'm going to read from right here. Just follow along. I want you to follow the words with your eyes. Okay, you can read questions. Quotation marks help you separate words that people actually said from the rest of what the writer is telling you. Editors check to make sure quotation marks are used correctly. Okay, so sometimes you might need to take quotation marks away or add them. Here's the example. I'd like to find out more about your family. quotation marks, they are going specifically outside or around a person's words. Okay, and it's also going outside of the punctuation. So when oftentimes you'll see a comma or even a period right there, and you're going to do that punctuation first, and then the quotation mark. Here we see another example of it. I'd like to have you see it. Can you see? Go ahead and read this. Read off the paper too. Oh, right here. Right here. Okay. So here you see an example. This time we have a question mark. It's inside this quotation. Question mark, quotation mark. You're also going to capitalize that first word of the quote whenever you have it in quotes. Here it says, I'd like to start with how Grandma met, says Sonia. And then we have a new quote starting, so it's going to be a capital again. No one has ever told me that. You also want to make sure that you use punctuation like a comma, question mark, or exclamation mark to divide the quotation from the rest of the sentence. It needs to be separated by quotation marks and something else. Okay? So for example, you see, what else would you like to find out about? Question mark. So just on that. So it would be a question mark, or a exclamation mark, or a comma. We won't use a period. We won't use a period because the sentence does continue. We would use a comma. However, we want to show that it's a question or show if it's an exclamation, then you could use those words. Alright, so down here we have the story. The story is a little bit confusing. Confusing because the characters are talking, but you don't actually see any quotation marks in there. Take a few minutes to start reading through that story. And take a look and see if you can find where the quotation marks should go. I think I have like maybe one more copy of this packet.
Riding a horse, right? You got 2 lines, cowboy, I noticed, right?
All the way back.
I used to be on a horse, you got that ride from us, okay? So, Scarborough, that was us, back over, right, that was Tom, was your man.
Can I show us already?
It's not, we're continuing to read. So yeah, if it's starting a new one, that's fine. You don't have to keep the old one, but it is something we're going to probably do. This is a homework. We're just gonna do the first couple. We're just gonna do the first part together. So just make sure you know you're on the right track and you can ask me questions if you need to ask me a question. Brian, can you just go ahead and read out loud these first two paragraphs, and I'm gonna stick quotation marks in there as you read, okay? You can check, yeah. This one and this one. Starting with Hal and Indy here. So just read out loud. I'm gonna put quotation marks and you can all check and see. Alright, go ahead.
I didn't know you were
Is that what you expected? Something back? Okay. You'll continue on through here, just sticking those quotation marks where they belong. In these sentences, it can be quotation marks, commas, periods, semicolons, colons, anything we've talked about. These 7 sentences, I really want to hear from you. See if you can do this on your own and see if you remember, okay? So the rest of the class, go ahead and take out your research. I want to touch base with you, make sure we're all on the same page. So go ahead and do that formula. I had a couple questions about this chart. We talked about it together before, but I wasn't here yesterday as you were working on it. So some of you had some different questions come up about it. This is something maybe I can grab some of the notes that you might have here. Yeah. This is something that you will use together with this. Okay. And both of them come in electronic form. Right here where it says source number, that's where you're going to tell me which number here you were writing about. So if you're taking notes on this article down here, you write number 4. Taking notes on this one here, you write number 2. Okay? You do need to have at least 2 articles that you're taking notes on. But you have many to choose from. You can pick which one works for you. You do need to make sure you have both for or pro arguments and con or against arguments. Okay? Some of these articles will be stronger on one side than the other side, so you want to make sure that you balance it out. Okay. So go ahead and pull up whether you did the paper. You did the paper copy, take the paper copy out. We're doing the electronic version. Take that out. I just want to get a sense of where you were at and give you some time to read more of your article and take more notes. Did you do the paper copy or
Here.
Porque para qué va a haber echado para que se me
Did you do the electronic version?
Yeah, I did on here.
Okay.
I did the second.
Wait, okay, so wait, we typed it on the computer?
It's up to you. I gave you a hard copy, a paper copy, and I gave you a electronic copy, so that whatever works best for you. So I know if you want to get some stuff done at home, which you, that's why I printed out for you could even combine, you could use both. I can print out, even the notes that you take electronically, if that helps you. Whatever you want from it. Great. So how did you start to think notes yet? Like articles? No. What did you do yesterday? Okay. Okay, so let's pull that up. Is that going to pull what you want on You didn't work on the research yesterday? Get it started. So far? Okay. So, as you look over them, don't actually take all of them. You get a sense of the bit pro and the article, and then you can think to really focus in on it, read really closely. For those two, and you can't do more than two a week. There's another one that has a third article that has this good comment. For this year, came over in general. Yeah. Help you select. Should we, are you gonna do paper copy or copy here? It'll be exactly the same. Some people might write one paper.
Miss, are we gonna learn how to write?
This one, it might be a little easier to go ahead and keep the copy paste all right in there. But I can definitely get you a copy of this. I noticed that you left the article I printed out for you before here. You find it in your. For this one, you're just.
Are we doing that already today?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Once you figure out what the title, author, when was it published, and then the store card. Okay, and then just to let you know, like, really, I don't want you to like, don't want your graphics to be on. You don't have to edit your article. Well, maybe enough, but I want you to just know that StoreCon and in general, with the children or these two to really focus in on. Definitely more than that, but I'm just trying to be too careful to get those. Did you, are you have paper? This is the paper copy or are you using Word?
Take a look.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, and if you need another article turned out, just let me know, okay? Yeah, animal testing.
I can't find it's
Okay, good question. So the author, sometimes the person, sometimes it's an organization. So I'm just saying that author is an organization. Okay, and that actually telling you who the author is.
You don't have to download that. I don't even know that. You know how to copy it? Yes. Okay, then. You go to Control and C and get the download it. Just go Control and C. Or
Review right here, things that in general it's about. This is not a full summary that you're writing here.
yeah, I know. I can just say the cons and cons. I don't know.
Yeah. Did I have a job for the cons?
Cool.
I'm on the safe, I don't know where it's at.
This is 2015, right?
Did you get from my favorite?
No, I was
Let's break down about check out. Go back to the other sheet.
for
Okay. So here,
you know what?
number by number one. And number 2, 3 was the author. Here it is. It doesn't always say that. So when you write done, it doesn't see you. Then the photograph is already on there. And then here you'll say pro, con, or here's the general and a brief description of that article. You don't have like, you read all of it, you'll still have to read
Ew, what is that? Is it not the building that I see here?
Yeah.
What is that thing? Who's the author?
They don't have really different on here, but it just says that it's,
That's why I said
What is that?
so you're just kidding. That's a rabbit and a mouse.
No, like, what is that? I just put,
I want to.
little baby. Yeah,
Wait, is that on the rabbit?
how do you take that off? You know how to take that off?
Skin took it off.
You know how to take that off?
Let me see.
I put black foot.
That was pretty red black.
So this, when I copy this, it's great.
Because you copied the paste.
Okay. The black. so blind.
You can use. She was back on color.
I thought I was putting, I thought I was putting the letter.
Okay.
I don't think so. Yeah. I didn't get you the color.
Oh my lord. I can't look at that.
Let me see.
No, it's just the rest again. Oh god, look at that. Oh my
I
god.
changed the color. Oh, it's changed.
Yo.
Yes.
Go.
Oh, no, I gotta see him first. I'm getting used to that rack. So you're not saying ooh. Oh.
Your hands are ears. That's why you.
Now you guys, that's not the type of discussion I'm having.
You have to read all of these.
So like right now, like what you're gonna feel.
That does. Well, the next thing about the article is gonna be heading for your content.
You can actually just read the bolded one. You get an idea if you wanna read the rest of that section. I would highly recommend reading the bolded part. One, so you can the strongest argument. Right here, I'm just gonna. What is the here? So you can see that. This one is definitely more balanced.
Wow.
Because it has a lot of time. Yeah. Okay, that's, and then over here, okay. Anything like that. You don't have to actually. Those defects don't really give you an idea what the correct. Just give you an idea of what, which ones are. You're looking for a little bit like last week, girls. I'm gonna go all the way down. And generally you get focus. You're gonna go back.
Right
You're gonna take this.
Oh my god. I almost broke the speaker. Yeah.